Alright, so I wanted to talk about this. I already seen this, so I know I did see this last night and I thought it was like a joke at first. I was like, wait, really this soon? I thought there wasn't gonna be one, but there is. I usually don't check these out. But I want to talk about it. Um, there should be like a short that should be coming out. Maybe it's out right now about this, but I want to do a video about this so I can have my thoughts about it. Give you my thoughts about it, really. And yeah, we're gonna go over it. It's summer. Can summer be over yet? Yeah, summer's almost over. That's crazy. This year's going by fast. Around a month ago, Deltarune Chapter 5 release. Did you know this? I definitely did. I am pleased with the response to Chapter 5. Many friends told me they loved it, and some people even cried a bit. I did not cry at all, so I don't know what that means to me. Personally, I thought it was a good chapter. You know, it's not my favorite. But I thought gameplay-wise, it was probably the best. Everyone's experience may vary, but if the game resonates deeply with a few players, I feel confident I'm moving in the right direction. Alright. Now that it's been a bit, I have a lot of info and concept art about Chapter 5 to share, so please click here to check it out. Chapter 5, yeah, if you're seeing this, I'm hoping you've already played Chapter 5 or seen stuff about it. If you haven't, I feel like you should leave now. Yeah, we're gonna check that out later. We're gonna talk about this though, because there is some stuff that I saw in here that I do want to talk about. Chapter 5 was a really fun chapter, and with that last big burst of craziness out of the way, I'm sure everybody is eager for Deltarune to start directly tackling the main mysteries of the game. Me too. Yeah, I definitely am interested. I think it's about time, because we only have 2 chapters left, and there's a lot of elephants in the room that we needed to address. We addressed a bunch of elephants in the room. With Chapter 5, we completed the last of the necessary setup for Chapter 6 and 7. I'm not doing a 6-7 joke. It is August of 2026. From Chapter 6 onward, there are no more wacky, silly adventures, and you will begin to see the results of the setup that has been made so far. Yeah, I figured it wasn't be. I mean, when you said in the last newsletter that when released that was gonna be the last fun chapter or whatever, I knew that something. I mean, after the ending from Chapter 5, I knew something. We're going down like a. How do I put this? It's gonna get crazy from here on out. I think that's what I'm thinking. And from what he's saying, it looks like that's gonna happen. And yeah, there's a lot addressed, honestly. Chapter 6 is a shorter, straightforward chapter that focuses on one aspect of the story. Because of that, many things are still not touched on here. In fact, it may surprise you what was missing, but one thing will be clarified whether you're ready or not. Alright, so there is one thing I could see happening. There's one big thing that could be addressed, and it's gonna be the knight. It's gonna be the identity of whoever the knight is, and I think we're gonna address that, or there's so many things that could happen in this chapter. It's gonna be a short chapter. I don't think the bunker stuff's gonna happen in this chapter. It's gonna be Chapter 7, I think. Unless we never go to the bunker at all, which would be crazy. But I think Chapter 6, the one thing I think, in my opinion, will be who's the knight? Who's the Rory knight? Is it Des? Is it Carol? Is it Papyrus? Is it us? I don't know. Personally, I think it's Des. I feel like that's the easy answer. Some of you may say, wait, you need to make the chapters longer, not shorter. That's an extremely reasonable concern, but by the end of Chapter 7, I'm 100% sure you'll understand why I feel confident about the way I'm telling the story. Don't worry about the pacing until it is over. I think I have the same opinion. I'm like concerned about the story, but I feel like the way Toby Fox writes things, I mean, I played Undertale, and really most of the stuff that wasn't addressed was not until the very end. Like, I feel like if we're going by Undertale, which if you haven't played Undertale, I'm gonna spoil the heck out of that. Because we're at that point where it's kind of the point at where Alfie's and the Minotaur fight happened. Where that's the last fun thing we had, but I think, you know, that one thing is like, you're gonna fight King Asgore and all that. I think we're at that point to where something's gonna happen And then it's gonna be like chapter 6 is gonna end like a massive cliffhanger. Yeah, I'm not worried about the pacing. I mean, unless it gets some like crazy like boom 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 boom. I believe we will be able to release chapter 6 in 2027. Good. I don't want to wait that long. Chapter 6 would be released by itself in case there's any question about that. Yeah, I figured. Recently I finished writing a few more sequences towards the last third of chapter 6, rearranging the rooms to fit the new structure. This was interesting when I read it. Because he said, oh gosh. He said, however, I think it's amazing that people think about the game so much it's not exaggeration to say that thinking about this game can be just as much of the experience as playing it is. Anyone who keeps thinking about it like I have gets my highest blessing, so imagine what could happen and try to think about the main game. It's very cool. However, I do think it's important to mention sometimes you don't have all the information or had a different expectation about how certain info would be interpreted or combined. He definitely saw some theories out there. There's one theory that was like the craziest thing ever. I was like, what? Like, that's disgusting, number one. Number one, that's disgusting. Number two, that's crazy. I'm gonna put the picture here for like a second. Here you go. And there you go. Anyway, the art, stories, and theories that you come up with while the game is still ongoing will forever be special, because this is the only time such things can ever be created. That is true. That is definitely true. Because when this game's over, it's not gonna be... It's gone. It's like, you can't have any more theories about this. Unless there's like some like Deltarune 2 stuff, but like, all of you are creating a time capsule unique to this single fleeting moment in time, and I think that's something special, something to be incredibly proud of. Isn't it great that you're here right now playing this game as it comes out? It is. It's definitely it's a very unique experience playing this game, because you don't like play all of it, you play it by chapter to chapter. And I think the craziest thing was playing chapter 3 when it came out, which was like 4 years almost after chapter 2 came out. And we were playing that in like the morning, and it was definitely experience. I played through chapter 3 and 4 in a whole day. I was so tired by the end of it. I didn't beat the night, I didn't get the secret boss, all that. I just went straight to there, 3 to 4, and I did all the secret stuff like a month later because I was kind of busy that month. What's Girona? Yeah, when I was younger, my old sibling would say some stupid anime style made up moves and then pretend to attack me. One was, "It's my Girona." A couple other phrases are also referenced like that, including the unused voice clip of Blingo Blizzard.
Blingo Blizzard!
New merch. This was interesting. You know, merch, whatever. But by the way, I told Fanger not to expect to make too much merchandise for chapter 6 and 7. So there's this thing where like the Lightners and the Darkners merchandise rule, where the Lightners don't really get merch at all, except for like, I don't know, Chris, Susie, whatever. But it's only their Dark World styles. So I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means by not too much merchandise for chapter 6 and 7. But I like, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Anything else? I desire to enjoy the corn. Happy summer and enjoying the corn. Nice. Let's look at the concept art. There's a lot of cool gameplay here. This, I do want to talk about this feature while it's just going. Mute it. It was such a cool mechanic, honestly, because I love it. First of all, like, it was great to play, and I love the platforming, all that. You know, I played Mario, so I mean that kind of experience with that. I also played Hollow Knight. A bit this year. I didn't finish it. I just sucked at it, but it was nice. This was a nice mechanic. I love this. Really, really, really love the platforming. This is an RPG game with a focus on character interaction. If the game turns completely into an action platformer, it carries the risk of making the player feel like, why am I playing a blanket knockoff of Hollow Knight? And there we go. There, I just said this reminded me of Hollow Knight. There it is. Instead, I feel like they were playing Deltarune. I don't mind playing it different. I didn't mind. What I had to keep in mind was that this could be someone's. Yeah, this is crazy as well. Another thing we had to keep in mind was this could be someone's first experience playing a platforming game. A terrifying thought, but technically possible. That is terrifying, that this could be someone's first time playing like a platforming game. Like, what if someone just played Deltarune and that's the only game they played? And they're like, oh crap, platforming. How do I do this? Like, that's kind of crazy to think about. Yeah, simple. On the other hand, it was way too fun to make difficult challenges, so we try to include a couple of those in the optional areas. I hope you enjoyed them. I somewhat enjoyed them. They were a bit tough. They were definitely a bit tough. Oh, this was, the piano thing. Besides the platforming, another general challenge was writing a chapter that introduces 8 different characters to the main story without destroying the pacing. Personally, there is nothing crazy with the pacing. Every character feel like got its moment. Every flower got its moment. My favorite is probably either... I actually have 3 favorites, but my favorite right now is yellow. Yellow's my favorite right now. And then it's like green, and then aqua. This jacket's crazy. Thank God he didn't have this on. Oh yeah, the theme. His music or whatever. Which, by the way, is basically a crappy, misremembered version of only 8 seconds of the Full House theme song. And he must think this is awesome. See, I knew that sounded like familiar. Some more concept art. I did see this on Twitter. Very nice. Oh gosh. This is a... Thank God, like, Steph didn't look like this, bro. Guest musicians, Garden Hopes and Dreams, Carlos. Yeah, I love this song. I love this rendition of... Basically, it was basically a remix of just the Field of Hope and Dreams. I love this. This is probably one of my top 3 songs for the chapter. This I clocked immediately. Was just from a trailer from Deltarune. Like, way back. Way back being like, I think it was like 2021. It was nice to hear in game. Cutie Mew Mew magic. Crazy that, you know, we had Hatsune Miku. You know. Nice. And then Flower Man is it's Flower Man. I mean, come on, it's literally just an amazing song. And then I Think I'm in Love. Yeah, this was pretty underrated. I loved hearing this in game. Yeah, it's just pink. Okay, thanks. All right. Yeah, I think that's it. But there is one thing I like to do. You know, check out, which is this. So this is like the Weird Route stuff. So you know how chapter 2, there's a like basically like half of it's Weird Route stuff. Some of it, I won't say half of it, a good 1/4 of it. Chapter 5, you know, it was like 30 minutes. In chapter 4, I think there's just that one thing that happened. Now if we scroll down here, keep going. 7B, look how big it is. Look how the difference in size. Jesus, pause. Look at the difference between 7B and 245. I don't know if I can compare this. Yeah, I really can't compare this, honestly. But I hope any of you watching this get the picture of the difference. And if we click on it, this is the progress. So this is like, if we zoom in here, this is like the world map. The map of the game, the map of the chapter. The cutscenes, I'm guessing it's like bullet patterns. And maybe programming, bosses, bugs. And I don't know if this was here. Yeah, same time as 7. So I think people are like overthinking this. I don't know what it means. Like people are saying, what does it mean by same time as 7? I think really just means it's gonna be released the same time as, you know, chapter 7 releases. It's gonna be totally different, I think. But it's gonna be released the same time as chapter 7. Or it could mean something totally different. I don't know. we'll find out whenever we get there. Yeah, I think that's it for what I'm gonna talk about. If this goes to YouTube or whatever, subscribe, and yeah, deuces. See ya.